Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, The Glammed Rebel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Please like, comment, and subscribe for daily updates. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Brooke sparks a new triangle involving Taylor, an epic saga of love, betrayal, and redemption. Introduction: the never-ending love triangle of Los Angeles. People have long celebrated the bold and the beautiful for its whirlwind romances, tangled love triangles, and emotionally charged conflicts. Among these, the rivalry and sometimes uneasy alliance between Brooke Logan, Ridge Forrester, and Taylor Hayes has been at the heart of the show's most compelling storylines for decades. The current spoilers suggest this iconic love triangle is set to reignite with renewed intensity, fueled by a mix of past regrets, emotional vulnerabilities, and new romantic entanglements. Brooke's recent slip-up is poised to push Ridge and Taylor closer again, while Deacon Sharp, Sheila, Luna, and other characters serve as catalysts for chaos, betrayal, and unexpected alliances. In this exhaustive exploration, we will dissect every layer of this complex web of relationships, analyzing character motivations, psychological underpinnings, previous history, and future possibilities. We aim to provide a definitive guide to the emotional landscape and narrative direction of B&B during this pivotal period. Part 1. Ridge Forrester, the Heart's Dilemma. Ridge's deep-rooted emotional history. Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., is arguably one of the most emotionally conflicted characters in daytime soap history. His love for Brooke Logan is legendary, an all-consuming passion that has endured through decades of heartbreaks and reconciliations. Nevertheless, Ridge's relationships are often marred by his own internal contradictions, a desire for stability versus an innate need for excitement, loyalty versus temptation, and a desperate longing for love versus fear of abandonment. Ridge's childhood and early adult experiences, his tumultuous relationship with his father, Eric Forrester, the loss of his mother, and his early love affairs have all contributed to his complex personality. His emotional vulnerabilities often manifest as indecision, wavering between his love for Brooke and his unresolved feelings for Taylor. Recent marriage and its fragility. Ridge's recent marriage to Brooke was a major accomplishment. After admitting that he was mistaken to break things off over her stance during the Forrester takeover, Ridge chose to marry Brooke again, signaling his commitment. However, the renewed vow conceals the unresolved emotional tension with Taylor that simmers beneath the surface. The internal conflict, loyalty, passion, and guilt. Ridge's internal conflict manifests in several ways. A loyalty to Brooke. His vows and past promises tie him to Brooke, but doubts sometimes cloud his mind. A lingering feelings for Taylor. Their shared history, emotional intimacy, and unresolved passion make Taylor's presence a constant temptation. Guilt and regret. Ridge often feels guilty about hurting either woman, especially when old feelings resurface. The emotional stakes. Ridge's emotional state is critical to understanding his actions. His love for Brooke is genuine, but his deep connection to Taylor remains a persistent undercurrent. The upcoming week's spoilers suggest that Ridge may find himself at a crossroads, tempted to waver once more. Future possibilities. Will Ridge finally choose stability with Brooke? Or will his unresolved feelings for Taylor pull him back into old patterns? Or could he forge a new path, perhaps away from both women? The long-term narrative will hinge on Ridge's internal struggle and his capacity to confront his true feelings. Part 2. Brooke Logan, the queen of resilience and strategic love. Brooke's enduring passion and past heartbreaks. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, is the quintessential resilient heroine. Her love life is marked by heartbreaks, betrayals, and triumphant moments of joy. Her deep, fiery love for Ridge has defined much of her existence, yet her insecurities and fears have often led her to make questionable decisions. Throughout her history, Brooke has battled against rivals, faced heartbreaks, and fought fiercely for her relationships. Despite her legendary resilience, Brooke also exhibits a tendency to falter, especially when her core fears, namely Ridge's wavering or slipping away, come into action. The recent slip and its consequences. Spoilers indicate Brooke will slip up, perhaps revealing an emotional vulnerability or making a careless remark that hints at her fears of Ridge's potential return to Taylor. This slip could be a pivotal moment, either exposing her insecurities or inadvertently pushing Ridge's feelings toward Taylor. Brooke's core fear, waffling, and insecurity. Brooke's greatest insecurity is Ridge's tendency to waver between her and Taylor. Her fear is that as long as she remains single or uncertain, Ridge will drift back to Taylor, reigniting their unresolved love. This fear drives her to be protective, sometimes possessive, and occasionally manipulative, strategizing to keep Ridge close. Brooke employs various strategies to keep Ridge committed. Emotional appeals, reminding him of their shared history and love. Jealousy tactics, provoking Ridge's jealousy to ensure his loyalty. Protective measures, trying to keep Taylor at bay, fearing she might steal Ridge away permanently. Can Brooke finally conquer the love triangle? Despite her fierce love, Brooke recognizes that Ridge's feelings are complex. She might ask herself, can she ever truly win this love triangle? Or is her best strategy to accept the inevitable, her love for Ridge and his lingering attachment to Taylor? She also hopes Taylor will find happiness elsewhere, reasoning that her own happiness and stability are more important than competing for Ridge's affection endlessly. Part 3. Taylor Hayes, the long-suffering dreamer. Taylor's emotional history and longing. Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, has endured her share of heartbreaks, especially in her love story with Ridge. Their connection is deep, rooted in shared history, mutual understanding, and emotional intimacy. Nevertheless, Ridge's wavering affections have repeatedly dashed her hopes, her growth, and the lessons learned. Over time, Taylor has been on a journey of self-discovery. She's learned to stand her ground, prioritize her happiness, and accept that sometimes love involves letting go. Her recent encounters with Ridge reveal a woman torn between hope and despair, still longing for her one true love, but also questioning whether she should move on. Her relationship with Deacon Sharp. Her interactions with Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, add layers of complexity. Their chemistry suggests unresolved feelings, and if Deacon asks her to be his therapist or partner, it could spark new romantic possibilities. Will Taylor continue to pine? The critical question is whether Taylor will continue to pine for Ridge or accept that their love story might be over. Her growth as a character hinges on her ability to find happiness outside of Ridge's shadow, perhaps with Deacon, a new love interest, or by focusing on her life. Part 4. The Love Triangle, the cycle of passion and heartbreak. The reignition of the triangle. Brooke's slip-up is the trigger that could reignite Ridge's feelings for Taylor. Old wounds, unspoken desires, and emotional vulnerabilities resurface, threatening to plunge the trio back into chaos. The dynamics of wavering love. This love triangle is characterized by unresolved past, shared history, and unresolved feelings. Insecurity, Brooke's fears and Taylor's longing. Emotional vulnerability, both women's deep emotional investments. Ridge's inner conflict, his desire for stability versus passion. Can this cycle be broken? Historically, Ridge's love life has followed a pattern. He wavers, makes a choice, regrets it, and repeats. The question is whether this cycle can finally be broken or whether it's destined to continue indefinitely. The role of external factors. Deacon and Sheila's involvement. Their actions and relationships may influence Ridge's decision-making. Luna and Sheila's drama. Their storyline could introduce new emotional shocks or betrayals, complicating the triangle further. Other romantic interests. The possibility of new love interests emerging could shake up the landscape. Part 5. Brooke and Taylor, rivals or unwilling allies. The long history of rivalry. Brooke and Taylor's rivalry is legendary. While moments of mutual respect have emerged, their underlying competition for Ridge's love remains a central theme. The potential for unlikely friendship. Occasionally, circumstances have prompted Brooke and Taylor to collaborate or show mutual concern, perhaps over Ridge or other shared issues. However, their rivalry often resurfaces, fueled by jealousy, hurt feelings, and competing desires. Can they find common ground? The spoilers suggest that they might be forced to confront their feelings and past conflicts. Whether they can move beyond rivalry to alliance remains uncertain, but their interactions will undoubtedly be charged with emotion. Part 6. Deacon Sharp, the wild card. Deacon's past and present. Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, has a long history of romantic entanglements with Brooke, Sheila, and Taylor. His past mistakes and moral ambiguities make him a controversial figure. His relationships with Brooke and Taylor. Brooke's distrust of Deacon is well established, but she recognizes his chemistry with Taylor. His interactions with Taylor, sometimes flirtatious, sometimes supportive, could pave the way for a new romantic chapter. The possibility of a Taylor-Deacon romance. Spoilers hint at Deacon asking Taylor to be his therapist or partner, which could evolve into a romantic relationship. Their chemistry and shared history make this a plausible storyline. Brooke's perspective. Will Brooke support or oppose a Deacon-Taylor pairing? Her feelings are complicated. She might see Deacon as a threat, or she might realize that Taylor needs happiness beyond Ridge. Part 7. Sheila and Luna, Agents of Chaos. Sheila Carter's return. Sheila, Kimberlyn Brown, remains a volatile wild card. Her marriage to Deacon and her involvement in Luna's storyline threaten to expose long-standing rivalries and secrets. Luna Nozawa's storyline. Luna's pregnancy and her past actions, particularly her involvement in dangerous schemes, add layers of tension. Her connection to Sheila and her ongoing story could be a catalyst for chaos. The future of Sheila and Luna. Sheila's downfall or redemption. Her moral decline continues, or she might seek redemption. Luna's fate. Will Luna's pregnancy be a source of happiness or destruction? Will she become a victim of her own schemes or a fighter for her future? Part 8. Emotional and ethical underpinnings. Love, loyalty, and betrayal. The week's storylines explore the depths of human emotion. The storylines address Ridge's internal conflict. Brooke's insecurity and resilience are also explored. Taylor's longing and growth. Deacon's past mistakes and potential redemption. Sheila's dangerous manipulations. Luna's pursuit of happiness amid chaos. Moral dilemmas. Should Ridge prioritize stability or follow his heart? Is Brooke justified in her insecurities? Will Deacon's past haunt him? Can Sheila be redeemed? Should Luna keep her pregnancy or consider other options? Part 9. Long-term forecast. The future of B&B's love landscape. Ridge's decision path. Will Ridge finally choose Brooke and settle into stability? Or will his unresolved feelings for Taylor lead him astray? Could new love interests emerge to complicate his choices? Brooke's inner struggle. Can Brooke accept Ridge's feelings for Taylor, or will her insecurities lead to further heartbreak? Might she find new love or redefine her happiness? Taylor's moving forward. Will Taylor find happiness outside of Ridge's shadow? Could she rekindle her relationship with Deacon or find a new love that helps her heal? The love triangle's endgame. Will Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor's saga finally reach closure? Or are we destined to revisit the same patterns repeatedly? The upcoming episodes will determine whether love finally wins or if heartbreak and unresolved feelings persist. Conclusion. A week that will define relationships and rewrite loyalties. The coming week on The Bold and the Beautiful promises to be a pivotal chapter in the ongoing saga of love, betrayal, and redemption. The love triangle between Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor continues to be a central theme. Its resolution uncertain, its emotional stakes higher than ever. With Deacon, Sheila, Luna, and other characters adding their own chaos, the emotional landscape becomes even more volatile. Fans can expect intense confrontations, shocking revelations, and heartbreaking choices that will ripple through the lives of all involved. This storyline exemplifies B&B's mastery in storytelling, balancing passion with morality, history with innovation, and love with heartbreak. As characters grapple with their true desires and confront their pasts, viewers are reminded that in Los Angeles' most glamorous soap, nothing is ever truly settled. You are welcome to share any video requests in the comments. I will make a video about it. Stay connected with the Glammed Rebel for all the latest updates, spoilers, and deep dive recaps. See you in the next video. Stay safe and healthy. May God keep you safe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell button for daily updates.